So many things are happening right now. Crazy hurricanes, neo-Nazis taking over the Republican Party, a terrible campaign in the Middle East, and there are so many people out there organizing to try and, change what's happening in the world. And then there's Jill Stein's campaign, who's just trying to, bring Twitter to the real world. This is the Green Party's new reason for staying in this election, because they just found out they can't win. This wasn't the plan the whole time or anything, but
the election has already started. Absentee ballots have been sent. We need to catch up rapidly. We need everyone here to get active. We need to be clear about what our goals are. The election has already started. Absentee ballots have been sent. We need to catch up rapidly. We need everyone here to get active. We need to be clear about what our goals are. We are not in a position to win the White House, but we do have a real opportunity to win something historic. We could deny Kamala Harris the state of Michigan.
everyone should have a why they do something and also a how. And the only why and how for this is causing noise, making people mad. There is no path to organizing or progress, and I don't think they really care about that. When talking about Jill Stein, it doesn't make sense to use a normal political spectrum where you have liberals and conservatives, because Jill Stein does not exist on that political spectrum. She is illiberal. She does not support the liberal global order, or whatever you want to call it. There's a reason communists and fascists teamed up against liberals historically, although the communists always got killed by the fascists. It's because they hate liberals more than anything. So when they say, oh, we want Kamala to lose, the greatest victory is making Kamala lose, they don't care about waging political power. They don't care about reducing the suffering of Palestinians. And we do have examples of, like, the uncommitted movement, which is a group that is very unhappy with Democrats, but they are organizing and using real political power to try and change the Democrats' stance and policy towards Israel. That is a real movement that cares about impacting the world and changing things in general. The Green Party doesn't care. They don't care about any suffering. They don't care about literally anyone. They are mad. They are accelerationists. They want to see the world fall apart. They don't care about incremental change or incremental improvements. They live in a fantasy world where if everyone loses trust in the current system, then maybe when everything falls apart, they can be the predominant power that rises up from the rubble. Or maybe they believe that if immoral things are happening, if bad things are allowed to happen, then the whole world should burn anyway, because what kind of world is it that we allow these massacres to take place? So yeah, they have no interest in this. They're not my ally. Jill Stein is not a progressive. Jill Stein's not a social democrat. Bernie Sanders is an example of someone who believes there should be greater than the current system, but he's a good human being. He's a good human being. Jill Stein's not. Bernie Sanders understands that he needs to support Hillary. He needs to support Biden. He needs to support Kamala. And voting and using political power, it's not your stamp of approval. It doesn't mean you approve of everything someone does. It means you understand the world we live in, and we need to maintain some stability so positive things are still possible. And Bernie understands that. He believes we should have a system outside of capitalism and this neoliberal world order, or whatever you want to call it. But he also understands that's very difficult. It might not work, and influencing this current system is something that is very worthwhile, even if we cannot achieve any type of revolution, like actual revolution. Bernie called it a revolution when he ran, but that was more so to awaken the unions, to awaken progressivism in America. He never intended to topple the current system. And he knows historically, like I said before, whenever things fall apart, the fascists and the far right are able to recover. So don't be surprised when Jill Stein is dining with Vladimir Putin, when she is very pro anti-American groups, whatever that might be, when North Korea likes Donald Trump, when Hungary likes Donald Trump, because Donald Trump and Jill Stein are going to get support from the same people. They are on the same team. They are chaos agents trying to disrupt the liberal order. And this celebration here, we are celebrating our ability to cause damage. We aren't talking about building. They gave up. Politics is hard. It sucks. But they're making it harder for everyone else in America that's trying to do good things. Not only for Palestinians, but also for black and brown people in this country. And I know everyone's talking about, oh, our morals, voting for the lesser of two evils. You realize, okay, the suffragette movement and the civil rights movement, they took hundreds of years to actually happen. They did not happen in this 10-year window in the 60s and 20s or whenever. They took a long time to happen. And when, for example, black people got the right to vote, it was very dangerous, very violent. Many people died. Many people were tortured. Many of those people were children. But those same black people who finally got the right to vote had to walk hours and wait in line for hours to vote for politicians who probably still did not think they were human beings, who did not believe black people deserve the same rights as white people. And those voters have voted the lesser of two evil for generations and generations and generations. And that's one reason we are able to progress to where we are now with race relations in the United States. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. So I don't want to hear about your emotional internal struggle. And it's not really a surprise that most people who are like, oh, I don't know if I should vote Kamala, they're very privileged, most of them. I'm sorry if you're not. If you're directly affected by this, I understand not voting for Kamala. But I know many people who are definitely not directly affected by this. Maybe they heard a sad story or whatever. But it's very clear for black and brown people globally, and Muslim people, and obviously Donald Trump cannot win.